This is a reservoir for the city of San Francisco, part of the HTC water system. This water is pumped in from the Sierra Mountains, or the Sierra Nevada, and then it's held in these reservoirs and treated on the way to San Francisco, which is only about 15 to 20 miles north of here. I'm in some large pine trees now, and the reservoir is further away down that hill. I have to be in the shade because the setting sun is over the reservoir, but we're quite close to the freeway here. Route 35 for the first mile or so after it leaves Interstate 280 becomes a freeway and then narrows down to 2 lanes, both directions, 1 lane each direction, I should specify. Pampas grass over there, quite a bit of it along this trail. Now we can see the freeway off to our left. Well, it looks like we're at the end of the trail. I thought it would go on for miles, but apparently this path, which is the real end of it, just goes as far as that boulevard. And I think this is the town of Millbrae. And over there, under the underpass, is San Francisco International Airport. The white buildings are part of that, and then beyond that, of course, is the San Francisco Bay, but I don't know if that's visible at all on your screen. I can't see it on the screen on my phone. Access to the reservoir itself is prohibited all along this trail. I think 3 or 4 miles south of here you can actually get up to it, and I think there's even fishing on it, although maybe I'm wrong about that. I've always assumed all those cars were there for fishing, but maybe they were just hikers too. Probably another trail down there. Well, I've walked over a half hour, which is all I was going to do anyway. Maybe I'll get some better views on the way back, or maybe this will be the end. And by the way, that freeway on the overpass here is 280, not 35. I've walked past the beginning of 35. The reservoir that I showed earlier is actually on the San Andreas fault, or at least that's what I've heard over the years. And that's part of the reason this is such a beautiful place, because it's such a deep canyon or ravine. I just saw a deer, a buck with quite a rack, walking on that lower roadway through the fence there. I can see it right now, but I don't suppose you can see it through the leaves. There, he just raised his head. I've never been this close to one, at least not with a camera in my hand, but I don't think I ever have, even without a camera. Walking the other direction, of course, back to my car. Some beautiful views of the reservoir now. Sun no longer high enough to be a problem. Sure is a big high-tension power line above me, and all of these posts are made of steel. More of the same with the sun setting below that peak. I think this will become one of my favorite trails. My favorite one has been in San Francisco, which has splendid views of Golden Gate Bridge and is very rustic. You'd never guess that you were in a city when you were on that trail. But it's farther away, and it's not as easy to walk as well as easy to get to from San Jose, so I'll probably do this one more often in the future. A lot of ducks on the water. I don't know if they show up on your screen or not. I can barely see them on my screen, but they show up to the naked eye quite well in this light. Well, it seems to be getting dark here. More to the naked eye than it does to the camera, apparently. The camera's doing a good job now. As these digital cameras usually do when it gets darker. They seem to try harder. I'm almost back to the car. I wanted to get the jet trail in the sky there. Had to wait for the lens to adjust. Well, I'm back at the car, but I'm not at the end of the trail. As you can see, it goes on there for an undetermined length. The city of Pacifica can be seen on the hillside to the left of the trail. So the trail is probably not very long, maybe another mile in that direction. I'll have to find out one of these days. But now the park is closing, so time to quit.